Hey, Brent here from Older Home Specialists, and I wanted to make a video about copper products. Copper is a product you can use to keep roots out of your system. You can use it a few different ways. It releases ions into the ground, and it'll work for about 20 years. When you're getting copper, make sure you get 100% pure copper. It's 99.99% pure. Don't get the 90%. Get the 100% for this application. So you can take these, and when you have an area where you need to install a coupler, you can just wrap some of this right around the fitting right there, and then you can pin it down on either end, and then that'll be extra protection just for the coupler itself. But we're going to run this netting all up around here. You can see up in the ground here, we got a bunch of roots. So we're going to go ahead and line both sides and the bottom with copper netting, and that'll help hold out all those roots for decades. When you're doing a system like this, you want them to last. And these are the things that always are a problem. Roots, bad grade with sediment buildup, those are the typical things that end up being a problem. The other problem is of course we use our extreme duty high density polyethylene with virgin resin. It's not like that recycled black pipe that you see down at the Home Depot. Even at Site One or at these other suppliers, it's all the same recycled stuff. So you want to use an extreme duty high density polyethylene. It's much harder. Once you have a piece of it in your hand, you'll see what I was talking about. It's hard, it's rigid, it's built to last. Especially when you're doing Y fittings or something that you need set in at a specific angle, you have to make sure that your tile is lined up in the direction so that when the Y drops in the ground, that it's at the right angle, and you want that perfect. Having somebody there to hold it in the exact perfect spot is exactly what you want to do. You don't want to be fudging that together and then you get it down in the ground, you realize you're a couple degrees off, and you're like, well, son of a gun, now you got to go and cut it all off and redo it again. So I'm not saying that you can't do it by yourself. Charlie does it by himself because he's young, he's strong, he's got a good grip. Kellen could do it by himself. But if this is the first time or you're only doing a few of them, just get somebody to work with you. It's going to make it so much better. But this is ideal. You see how tight this is? There's no imperfections in it at all. That's on there. That's money right there. That's exactly how you want it to be. So now Charlie's just going to take and wrap this up around, leave your copper exposed. You want the ions to be able to release, so he's just going to pin it with a piece of tape on each end and then call it a day. Beautiful. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and line the trench with some copper netting. We're going to pin it to the sides and pin it to the bottom, and then this will be extra protection to keep all them roots out. You don't have to do this in every single area that you trench. You just want to do it where there's heavy roots, and you can see that we have roots going down the line here. So that's what we're going to do. All right, another thing about taping fittings, you run up on your catch basins, you run up on any of your adapters like this, always make sure that you tape all the way to the end of the adapter. So you see I'm starting way in here. I'm not just worrying about this right here. Cover up the rivet and everything. That sucker on there nice and tight. See how 2 guys helps? Get that on there real nice and straight, nice and tight. Get up all the way around that fitting just like that. Nice tight connection. Now another thing you can do, this is copper tape. I saw Nick from Drain My Lawn doing this, and I thought that's a good idea. That's what I love about our network. We're watching each other's videos, we're getting ideas, and this looked brilliant to me. So this is actually my first time trying this out, but this copper tape would do the same thing as well if you can get some of this. Just get it straight around that fitting right there. It looks like money to me. It looks like that'll work too. So these are some different ideas about what you can do with copper in order to keep them roots out. All right, so we talked about pinning the net to the sides. We talked about copper tape, how to put it around the joints. And then also Robert has the copper netting that you can buy for the tile itself. You can sleeve it right around the tile itself. So these are different ways about doing it. We also have, Robert has the non-woven geotextile filter fabric that has the copper sandwiched right in the middle of it. That's really effective too. That stuff don't come cheap. A lot of this products don't come cheap, but if you want to do something once and do it right, this is what we're doing. So copper, it's the way to go. Releases ions, keeps the roots out.